Hey you, how are you doing today? Welcome to another exciting video. Now, I know when it comes to hair porosity, it can be challenging and confusing when you're trying to figure out what category you fall into, especially when you're relying on the DIY methods of testing at home, which are not 100% accurate or self-sufficient. That's why today I'll be talking on the characteristics of high porosity hair, which would help you identify if you have this kind of hair type. So let's get into it. Now, remember that your hair porosity is normally genetic, but it can be increased when your hair is constantly exposed to harsh treatments. Each hair strand is made up of three layers. The first layer is the cuticle, which is the outermost layer. The second layer is the cortex, which is the middle layer, and the inner layer, which is the last layer, is the medulla. Now, the function of your hair cuticle is to protect these other layers of your hair, and it also determines how moisture and other products get in and out of your hair strand. High porosity hair have lifted or separated cuticles, and as such it is extremely easy for moisture and products to penetrate into the hair. Now, the downside of this is that it is also extremely easy for moisture to leave this hair strands because the cuticles are lifted or separated, which will take us to the very first characteristics of high porosity hair. Hair gets dry quickly after wetting it. Now, lifted cuticles cannot form a bond to hold or retain moisture, so water gets to evaporate from the hair almost immediately as it gets into the hair, which leads to the hair being dry and frizzy. The next characteristics is that products can easily absorb into the hair strand because the cuticles are lifted, and as such, when you're doing your deep conditioning, you most likely do not need heat. Putting on your normal shower cap for 15 to 30 minutes is more than enough, because more exposure to heat will further increase the porosity of your hair. So you'd want to keep the usage of heat to a minimal level. The next characteristics is that the hair tends to tangle intensively. Now, lifted cuticles form a rough and uneven surface. As such, your hair gets to lash onto one another, forming tangles. Now, this is higher when you have kinky or tightly curled hair. Now, the solution to this, or the way to manage this, would be to keep your hair stretched at all times if you intend to retain length. And you can use the heat or heatless method. I talked about this on my previous video, so see that. The next characteristics is that this hair type is prone to breakage. High porosity hair is extremely fragile. As such, it tends to break when tension is applied, whether wet or dry. What you want to do is you want to be light-handed when you're making your protective styles, and you also want to go for styles that are not tight in general. And the next characteristics is that the hair is easy to stretch. Now, when it comes to caring for high porosity hair, the goal is to help the hair retain moisture and also to reduce or reverse temporarily the damage that has been done to the hair cuticle. So the first thing you want to do would be to incorporate protein treatments in your regimen. Protein helps strengthen the hair, it patches up damage parts of the hair, and it also conditions the hair. So you'd want to incorporate using a heavy protein treatment once a month, and you can also use light protein treatment in between your wash days. Rice water contains 15% of protein, so you might want to use that as a rinse at the end of your wash day. Now, remember that protein is not a moisturizing treatment, and it should not be treated as such. So endeavor to follow your heavy protein treatment with a moisturizing deep conditioning. And the next thing to do would be to get nutrient hydrating products that contain heavy natural oils and butters. Now, what oils and butters do is that they help your hair seal in moisture, and they also form a protective layer for your hair cuticle. So when you're getting your conditioners, be it leave-in, deep conditioners, normal conditioners, you want to get what contains heavy oils and butters. Alkaline products further lift up your hair cuticle, so you should consider rinsing your hair with apple cider vinegar, as this will help flatten the cuticle and sealing moisture. Both apple cider vinegar and aloe vera work to balance your hair's pH. So this would be a very good addition to your hair care. The next thing you want to do would be to protect your hair strand from continuous wear and tear. And the last thing you'd want to do would be to moisturize, and re-moisturize your hair. Now, I'm making so much emphasis on this because it's extremely important. So you want to create a moisturizing schedule for your hair, and on days you're moisturizing your hair with just water, endeavor to use oil or butter to seal in that moisture. Remember that the outer layer of your hair is constantly dried out, so you'd want to endeavor to keep a delicate moisture and protein balance while caring for your hair. Now, this will be all for today. I hope this video has been of help to you. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. And if you have any question, contribution, or comments, please leave them down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Do have an amazing day. Bye.